Hello students, welcome again. Students, in today's lecture, we want to discuss Francis Bacon's contribution to English essay during the 17th century, in the beginning of the 17th century. You see, Francis Bacon, who has been considered as the father of English essay, has written total 58 essays, and he is mainly known for his aphoristic prose style. So we will discuss about that also. You see, if you examine the whole Elizabethan age, the second half of the 16th century, it is considered as the most flowering period of English literature. Why? Because in every field, we have some great masters. Like if you talk about the field of poetry, we have Edmund Spenser, we have Sir Philip Sidney, William Shakespeare, and so many others. In the field of drama, we have William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and again so many others. In the same manner, it was the beginning of essay. It was done in the hands of Francis Bacon in the beginning of the 17th century, just towards the end of Elizabethan age. So that's why, as the students of history of English literature, we must be familiar with Francis Bacon's contribution to English essay. You see, as I told you, Francis Bacon has written total 58 essays, and all these 58 essays are published in three different editions. Okay, in the first edition, only 10 essays were published, which was in 1597. Okay, in the second edition, the number increases to 38 in 1612, and the final edition of his essays consisted of 58 essays published in 1625. Okay, now the basic question is how Francis Bacon started writing essays. Remember, Francis Bacon got inspiration from a French essayist, Montaigne. Remember this name, Montaigne. Okay, Montaigne was a French writer, a French essayist, okay, from whom Francis Bacon borrowed the art of writing essays. But still, though Bacon is indebted to Montaigne, still there are mainly two differences between Montaigne's essays and Francis Bacon's essays. What two differences? You see, Montaigne has written personal essays. Okay, like the essayist expresses his personal emotions on a particular topic. Okay, that is called a personal essay, subjective essay. But on the other hand, Francis Bacon has written impersonal essays, means he remains detached with the object on which the essayist is writing. So all 58 essays sorry, all 58 essays of Francis Bacon are impersonal by nature. Another difference is that Montaigne appeals to the heart and Bacon appeals to the mind. Okay, if you want to understand and enjoy Bacon, you have to use your wit and intelligence. If you want to understand and enjoy Montaigne's essays, you have to use your emotions, sentiments. So these are the two main differences between Montaigne and Bacon. Now let's talk about Bacon's essays and the features of Bacon's essays. One of the most important feature, I told you, is impersonal nature or objective essays, right? Bacon did not write his essays to delight the audience, delight the readers. His essays are pure pieces of wisdom and shrewd advice on practical life, right? See, if you want to be a successful person in different walks of life, then you can read Bacon's essays, because in Bacon's essays, you find that pieces of advice, you find that wisdom, practical wisdom, and that's why this Bacon has done objectively, right? Unlike Montaigne, he is not friendly. He is not confidential, or he does not, when we read his essays, we do not feel intimate relationship with the writer, with Francis Bacon, right? His essays are mostly detached and impersonal. In fact, his essays have expressed his own formal personality. If you examine the whole biography of Francis Bacon was a politician, he was a shrewd man, he was a counselor in those times, right? So, as a shrewd man, he never wanted to express his own personality in his essays, but this personality is naturally reflected in his writing also. Just as a serious counselor advises the king, in the same manner Bacon advises the readers in an objective manner how to behave in different situations, okay, how to be a successful person in our practical life. All these things are written by Francis Bacon in an objective or detached manner, just like a scientist, okay. Another important feature of Francis Bacon's essays is that Bacon has written on all different topics, wide range of themes you find in his essays. He has written the essays on studies, okay, on health, on work, on truth, travel, friendship, enemies, revenge, beauty, nature, success, failure, and what not. In fact, everything he has covered which applies practically in our life. So you find wide range of topics or wide range of themes in all his 58 essays. Most important thing to note about Francis Bacon's essays is his aphoristic style. Aphoristic means what? It is a kind of technique which means closed and packed and concise and brief style. In little sentences, you infuse lot many deep thoughts. Okay, that is called aphorism. Francis Bacon has employed this unique aphoristic style in all his essays, means in very short passages, in very short words and sentences, he has contained deep philosophical thoughts or high serious thoughts. Even it is not an exaggeration if I say that even you can write one full essay on one of his sentence, okay. So his one sentence is just like a huge philosophy, okay. His essays are full of aphorisms, right. He never adorned his words and sentences. Francis Bacon was not happy with other writers of the age, of the Elizabethan age, and that's why he did not write much. He did not use too many figures of speech. Sometimes if you want to make your language more beautiful and more impressive, sometimes you start using various different figures of speech and symbols like similes, metaphor, apostrophe, alliteration, assonance, and all these things. But Francis Bacon keeps himself away from all figures of speech. His language is pure, simple, short, but full of meanings, right? And that is the greatest achievement of Francis Bacon's prose style. Bacon's essays are also known as the storehouse of knowledge, right? It is a huge storehouse of knowledge. The knowledge that you get after reading so many bulky books, you will get the same knowledge in one of his essays. All his 58 essays are the storehouses of knowledge, right? Bacon himself has described his essays as counsels, civil, and moral. So his essays are counsels, his essays are pieces of advice, civil and moral both, right? Civil means in your life as a civilian, life as a citizen, he gives us advices, and in the same manner he gives some moral advices also. He comes out as a moralist through his essays. It is through these essays that he instructs the reader, he advises the reader, and at the same time he teaches the readers. His essays are full of practical knowledge. Hundreds of sentences from his essays have in today's times become the very well known proverbs and sayings, right? You must have heard many of such proverbs, like, for knowledge to itself is power. Knowledge is power. Have you heard this sentence? This sentence actually comes from Francis Bacon's essays. Okay, practice makes the man perfect. Have you heard this proverb? Yes, then it is taken from Francis Bacon's essays. In the same manner, I have taken so many other proverbs which we have taken from Francis. So his sentences are so short and simple and full of meaning that they have become popular in our day-to-day conversation, right? It is possible to love and to be wise. Money is like muck. Muck means dirt. Money is just like a dirt. Money is useless, not good except it is spread. So money should be moving all the time. Nature to be commanded must be obeyed. If you want to empower the nature, you first of all must have to obey nature. So respect nature and nature will respect you. So these are some very popular sentences which have become proverbs, sayings, popular sentences which are spoken in our day-to-day lives. A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. Who is a wise person in this world? One who creates his own opportunities. We people keep on complaining that I am not successful because I did not get any good opportunity in my life. But Francis Bacon advises you that you have to create your own opportunities in order to be successful. So such advices, practical advices, he has presented in all his essays. A man that studies revenge keeps his wounds green. Okay, if you have the feeling of revenge, if you have some enemy, and if you want to if you keep on thinking about taking revenge on your enemy, it would never be ended. Okay, so a happy life is one in which you forget your revenge, forget the feelings of revenge, otherwise it would heal and do well. The time passes and all your enmity between you and your enemy will be over. Prosperity does best discover vice, but adversity does best discover virtue. Prosperity creates vices in us. Okay, too much happiness brings vices in our life. Vices means wrong things, and too much sorrow, adversity brings virtue, makes us virtuous people. So these are some very important sentences which have become the proverbs in the English language. So all in all, Francis Bacon, let me conclude, is indeed a Renaissance man who has shared his wisdom and knowledge on different subjects like philosophy, science, logic, politics, and so on. Okay, his essays are presenting his minute observation on nature and the universe. His essays are storehouses of advices, storehouses of practical knowledge. Many critics and historians have appreciated Francis Bacon as an essayist. I have taken Legois, an important critic and historian. He said that these essays are the classics of English prose. In the same manner, Alexander Pope also appreciated Francis Bacon's essays in these words: If parts allure thee, allure means make you happy. If parts make you happy, think how Bacon shines. Bacon shines always as a star in the galaxy of English essays. He is the wisest, he is the brightest, and he is the meanest of mankind. Meanest means, this is not a good word to use for someone, but meanest means he is very shrewd enough to express his practical wisdom, practical advices to the people. So, all in all, Francis Bacon is indeed the greatest essay literature. And here we come to the end. Please do share this video among all your classmates and friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you.